The rain fell heavily outside the massive glass windows of the luxurious mansion, each drop tapping against the surface like impatient fingers demanding to be heard. Inside the grand living room, the atmosphere felt warm and peaceful, almost like a perfect family scene painted on a canvas. The famous and feared Mafia boss, Adrian Vercetti, sat on the soft leather couch with his twin toddlers playing on the carpet in front of him. Their tiny laughter echoed through the room, filling the house with a kind of innocence that seemed almost impossible for a man like Adrian. Adrian was a name that made criminals tremble and powerful businessmen bow their heads in respect. In the underground world, he was known as ruthless, calculating, and impossible to deceive. Yet inside this home, in front of his fiancée Elena, he appeared different. Softer. Human. Elena walked into the room carrying a tray of tea, her smile gentle and warm. She had long dark hair that fell over her shoulders and eyes that looked full of love whenever she looked at Adrian. To anyone watching, they were the picture of a perfect family. But Adrian's sharp eyes noticed something most people would never see. The smile. It was slightly forced. Elena placed the tea on the table and sat beside him. "You look tired," she said softly. Adrian leaned back and sighed. "Long day." The twins crawled toward him and grabbed his hands, giggling. For a moment, Adrian's expression softened. But deep inside, his mind was moving fast. Because for the past few weeks, something felt wrong. Small things. Tiny details. Elena taking secret phone calls late at night. Unknown numbers appearing on the security logs. Whispers that stopped whenever he entered a room. Adrian didn't survive in the Mafia world by ignoring instincts. So he decided to test the truth. And tonight, he would play the most dangerous game of all. An accident. A fake accident. Later that evening, the house lights dimmed as a sudden loud crash echoed from the staircase. Glass shattered. Furniture slammed. A painful groan followed. "Elena!" Adrian shouted. She rushed toward the staircase and gasped. Adrian lay at the bottom of the stairs, blood trickling from his forehead, his body twisted as if he had fallen badly. The twins began crying. "Oh my God! Adrian!" Elena screamed. Servants rushed into the hallway. Among them was the quiet maid who rarely spoke. Her name was Maya. She had worked in the house for only 3 months, but she had seen more than anyone realized. While everyone panicked around the fallen Mafia boss, Maya stood frozen near the doorway. Her eyes widened. Because something felt terribly wrong. Adrian's body looked injured. But his breathing was too controlled. Too calm. As if he were pretending. Elena knelt beside Adrian, her voice shaking. "Call an ambulance." But then something strange happened. She looked around the room quickly. Too quickly. As if checking who was watching. Adrian remained motionless. But behind his closed eyelids, his mind was alert. Every sound. Every whisper. Every movement. He was listening. Testing. Waiting. And then he heard it. A whisper from Elena. Barely audible. "Is he dead?" Adrian's heart turned cold. But the next voice surprised him even more. A man's voice. From the hallway. "I told you the fall would look real." Adrian's mind exploded with realization. Someone had been inside his house. Someone Elena trusted. Someone who thought the Mafia boss was finished. But just as the plan seemed to unfold perfectly, something unexpected happened. A small trembling voice spoke. It was the maid. "Maya. Stop." Everyone turned toward her. Her hands were shaking. Her face pale. But her eyes were filled with courage. "Don't touch him," she said quietly. Elena glared at her. "Stay out of this." Call the ambulance. But Maya didn't move. Because she knew something that could change everything. And when she finally spoke again, the entire room fell silent. If he's really unconscious, then why did he warn me this morning? The silence became suffocating. Elena's face went white. And Adrian, still lying on the floor, realized something shocking. The maid knew about his plan. And she was about to reveal the truth that could destroy everything. The room felt frozen in time. Everyone stared at Maya as if she had just spoken an impossible truth. Elena slowly stood up, her expression darkening. "What are you talking about?" she demanded. But Maya didn't answer immediately. Her eyes moved toward Adrian. For a brief second, Adrian opened one eye. Just slightly. Only enough for Maya to see. And she understood. He wanted her to continue. Elena hadn't noticed. But Maya had. The Mafia boss was alive. Fully conscious. And he was waiting. Testing everyone in the room. Maya swallowed nervously and took a small step forward. "This morning," she said carefully, "Mr. Adrian asked me something." Elena's voice became sharp. "What did he ask you?" Maya hesitated. Because revealing the truth meant exposing something dangerous. But she also knew something else. Adrian had saved her life once. 3 weeks earlier, Maya had been attacked by loan sharks outside the market. Adrian had happened to drive by. And the men had disappeared the next day. Forever. Since then, she owed him everything. So she took a deep breath and continued. "He asked me if I had noticed strangers coming into the house." The man standing in the hallway suddenly shifted nervously. Elena's eyes widened slightly. But she quickly regained her composure. "That's ridiculous," she said coldly. But Maya shook her head. "No, it's not.